What's up, YouTube family? We are back again with another one. So I have a video here. The title of this video is I would never live in a women's only world. Very interesting title, so without wasting your time, let's dive right in the video. Let's go.
All these posts about, women living in an only woman's town, I would never live with you bitches. Women are not nice to each other. Are very delusional about who y'all be, about y'all behavior. A lot of women think that they are upstanding women, but look how y'all treat each other in the real world. Because the same women who are going to like this post are also in a group chat talking about another woman. One child identified another woman as a threat. Y'all turn into monsters. Real wicked. And y'all really only like women who y'all see as inferior to you. That's why so many women on this app telling other women what to do. Look how y'all gossip, click up, wanna compete. Look how y'all treat beautiful women. Hell fucking no. Look how y'all raise y'all motherfucking sons. And then say niggas ain't shit. Well, who the fuck raised them?
Man, it is so refreshing that we still have women like this, by the way. But for those who don't know, there's basically a video going around of a man talking to both men, a group of men and a group of women, and he basically posed the same question to men and women. If the question was asked to women if they would rather live in a world full of women or full of men, and he was also asked to the group of men if they would rather live in a world full of men or full of women. Now, unsurprisingly, all the women said that they would rather live in a world full of women, and interestingly enough, all the men said that, you know what, I would rather live in a world full of women. I'm pretty sure in the women's world, he would make them, that kind of answer from men will make them proud and would validate a lot of stuff. But this is if you just take it at face value, right? But if you dig a little bit deeper in the man's answer, maybe the men actually decided to live in a world full of women because they understand that although masculinity is great, it needs a feminine energy still. Although, we could do a lot of stuff. We are fully capable bodies to do a lot of amazing stuff for ourselves. We understand that the masculine world is not complete without a feminine energy. Maybe in that answer, this was what was implied. But then you just took it at face value, right? But obviously we know the reasons why all these women decided to live in a world full of women. We know the talk of the town nowadays is that men are a danger for society. Women don't feel safe around men, hence why they would rather pick an animal such as a bear over a man, right? But if I am right so far, right, with everything I've said so far, you women should be ashamed of yourself. And I will explain, right? I will explain myself. And she actually brought up a very interesting point, right? I mean, think about it, right? Let's say if the men nowadays that you don't like, the men nowadays that you criticize, right, that they lack good manners, that they are violent, that they do not know how to treat women. My question to you is, you raised them. Why couldn't you infuse those values in them? Because the thing is, you've had the opportunity for years to basically mold those men into being the type of men that you would want, and you refuse to do it. And it explains the lack of accountability that still lingers in the women's world. You guys never want to remediate it and always would like to run away from that responsibility. But you can't run away from it, because I'll tell you one thing about men. We cannot fix a human being that we did not mess up. We can only know how to deal with it. Only you women can do that. But if you're running away from that responsibility, I don't know what to say. And if what I'm saying is going a lot of women's head, let me be more specific, right? Or let me try to be a little bit more detailed. If you are a young woman, right? Let's say you're 20, 25, whatever. Or let's just say if you're a woman, period. And one day you are expecting to have a child. One day you see yourself having a family, right? If you indeed one day get a child and that child happened to be a boy, I want you to sit for a second and think about all the things you don't like in a man and try not to create a man that you yourself will one day pick a bear over him. That's all I'm trying to state. Be accountable, right? Instead of just throwing dirt on their name, talking trash about them as if you had nothing to do with them, because statistically, we know that you guys are the reasons why a lot of men are out here just being insufferable, right? Because a lot of these emotional men, a lot of these men that you criticize, saying that they don't have good manners and stuff like that, they come from families where you were the only parent. So why couldn't you do a good job at it? Think about it. And if so far it makes sense, I think this opens up a window for you to at least take accountability and perhaps apologize, because how dare you? How dare you create a monster and then refuse to pick him over a bear? Like, how dare you? You think you're going to leave us in that state and we're going to appreciate it? You really fucked us up. Think about it. We are the result of your work, the fruits of your bad labor, and then now you just want to get away from that? Who do you want to deal with that? Other men, right? Of course we would, but in a bad way though. In a bad way. Please stop doing this. Women need men and men need women. And when we say that we would rather live in the world full of women, it's not because, yes, human beings in general, men and women, there's like this subtle danger that we can represent for each other. But at the end of the day, we have this big understanding that we need women. We don't just give an answer like that just because we think men are bad, right? Please stop doing it. Really stop doing it. Let's continue.
How many times have you smiled at a woman and she rolled her eyes at you? Or you've been walking down the street and she looked you up and down?
Yeah.
Insecure women are very dangerous women. And a lot of women are in denial that they are insecure. A lot of women have false confidence. Women know how to mask very well. A lot of women have a false sense of self. I'm not living in a town with a whole bunch of women who never took the time to face their trauma and walk around playing victim. It does not reflect or show up in the real world. I'm not seeing it. Where y'all at?
I mean, for those of us, look, we all work, right? We go to work and stuff. We work with women and men. I'm pretty sure a lot of men have experienced this. Me personally, I cannot count the number of times where a woman would tell me that they would rather work with a male supervisor or like a male boss rather than work with a female boss. Perhaps you know something about yourself that we don't, right? But again, see, when I walk outside, the same man that you complain about, let's say if I happen to meet a man that's really a good man, right? That is trying his best for society to run on good terms, that is respectful to men and women. What I see is really a man that's doing great. But you know what? Whatever behavior you're criticizing, you have to know that it came from somewhere. Somebody infused those behavior in them. Who did? Again, statistically, it does not help your case. It just doesn't. Those same men that you complain about, you fucking raised them. And then you want to run away from them? Like, how dare you? How dare you? And now I really want to ask you a question, because I'm pretty sure you might still hear me and refuse to be accountable. And my question now is to ask you, why are you running away from accountability? Why don't you just realize that you are the remedy that we men look for? We can't do it like I told you. We cannot fix something we didn't break. We can only know how to deal with it. You are the one that can fix it. Now, if you don't want to fix it, is it because you know that if you really take time to fix it, you are going to be the one that's not going to benefit from it? Because obviously, right? Now, let's say you guys decide to put in the work, right? And decide to raise these young men that are coming up right. You are not going to be the one that's going to benefit it. It's going to be the young women around them, right? Is it because you are self-centered and selfish that you rather just let the whole world go to hell because you're not going to be part of that benefit? I'm really asking you, because it's not hard to do so. You could literally fix this shit, but you choose not to. And I have a problem with that. I really do. So next time, if you are asked a question like that, please think about it twice before you say that you'd rather live in the world full of yourself, full of people that create monsters, full of people that would literally look at the fruit of the bad labor and be like, you know what? I'd rather pick an animal over you. Think twice before you give an answer like that, because it is telling on yourself. Oh my God, you tell a lot on the kind of job you could do on a human being. And on your heart as well. Because if you create something messy, the least you could do is to at least deal with that. Because those are the fruit of your labor. But you're not even courageous enough to stand in the face of it. And face it. And face your bad work. So who do you want to face it? Alright, I'll leave you with that question. Let's talk about this video in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel. I really like the support. I really appreciate the support, and like the video. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.